Welcome to Security Brief Nigeria. Please, if you are new here, kindly subscribe to our channel. The headline: ISWAP in chaos. Senior commander killed by own bomb as infighting deepens in Lake Chad. Tonight, a major shakeout has hit the Islamic State West African province, ISWAP, after one of their own senior commanders were killed by an explosive device planted by his colleagues. What many are now calling a fatal betrayal has triggered confusion, suspicious and intense internal fighting inside the group camp in Lake Chad Basin. This development is not just a dramatic twist in ISWAP internal politics. It is a revelation of the deep fractures weakening the once cohesive insurgents faction. Stay with us as we break down what really happened, the key figures involved, and what this means for Nigeria's security landscape. How the incident unfolded. According to multiple intelligence sources, the crisis began on February 24 when a senior ISWAP commander known as Abu Qasim was killed by an improvised explosive device along a movement route near the Lake Chad fringes. What makes this incident unusual is that the IED was planted by his own faction. Confusion immediately gripped the group. Fighters began questioning whether the explosion was accidental or a targeted elimination planned by internal rival. And that confusion rapidly escalated into a full-blown suspicious. So, a fighter demands answer. The tension reached a boiling point when a unit intelligence member, UIM, confronted another senior commander, Ami Musa, demanding answer. These intelligence fighters accused the leadership of covering up the truth behind two killings. One, Abu Qasim, the ISWAP commander killed by his faction-owned IED. Two, Abu Qasi, another fighter believed to have been eliminated by ISWAP element during clashes with Boko Haram. According to the few sources, the confrontation shocked many fighters and intensified suspicions inside the camp. This was no longer a routine disagreement. It was an open accusation of betrayal. The backdrop is ISWAP faced Boko Haram. To understand this crisis, we must look at the ongoing hostility between ISWAP and their rival faction Boko Haram JAS. Although both groups eliminated from the same insurgency, they have been locked in deep, deadly clashes for years now. So inside the Lake Chad Basin, ISWAP sees Boko Haram as indisciplined and unpredictable. So Boko Haram view ISWAP as traitors aligned with foreign ideology. So this rivalry often leads to cross ambushes, surprise raids, and targeted assassinations. In this case, the death of Abu Qasim reportedly occurred during an ISWAP move against Boko Haram fighters, where an ISWAP planted IED exploded prematurely. What was this a mistake? Okay, was it an internal sabotage, or was it a setup disguised as battlefield chaos? There are questions fueling unrest with ISWAP. So finger pointing and breakdown of trust. So aftermath of the explosion created a serious breakdown in command structure. One, different factions began accusing each other of disloyalty. Communication channels were disrupted. Commanders questioned the loyalty of their own intelligence team. Fighters demanded explanation, something always unheard of insurgent group. And the most alarming part is that some ISWAP fighters allegedly suspected that the IED was internally planted to remove Abu Qasim from leadership. This type of internal purge is not uncommon in extremist groups, but rarely does it spill into the open this dramatically? So why this major blow to ISWAP? Internal division is the greatest weakness of any insurgents movement. Here is what the incident means strategically. 1. Trust among fighters is breaking down. When fighters no longer trust leadership, obedience collapses. 2. ISWAP now faces two enemies: Nigerian military operation, Boko Haram continued hostility, and now themselves. So 3. Leadership vacuum. Losing a senior commander like Abu Qasim without a clear explanation destabilizes operational control. 4. Fragmentation of the group. This event could trigger splitter cells, defections, and more internal violence. Benefits to security forces. This development comes at a time where Nigeria forces have intensified pressure across the northeast. The Nigeria military sustained operations, deploy or destroy supply routes, hit hideouts in Lake Chad, target ISWAP leadership, disrupt communication line. Now, with this ISWAP fighting themselves internally, so the pressure is doubled. Security forces are striking from the outside, while distrust is ISWAP from the inside. This combination makes it much harder for the group to coordinate attack or maintain control over fighters. What I have to say in conclusion and outlook is that analysts believe this incident marked one of the most significant internal disruptions between or within ISWAP in recent months. A commander killed by his own IED fighter accused each other, leadership under questioning, and rival groups cycling. So the crack inside ISWAP was widening, and as pressure continues, security experts expect more defection, more internal clashes, and more operational collapse. For now, the internal chaos within the Lake Chad Basin insurgents faction appear far from over. Please do us a massive favor, subscribe to our channel, and in return, you'll be receiving our news updates day by day. So, if you find this video interesting, please don't forget to share, like, subscribe. And if you have any opinion, drop your opinion in the comment section and we'll do well to reply to your comment as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Bye for now.